Alright, what's going on, fellas and jugglers? I am Mega Dash, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. So Marshall says it was his job to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard. Let's press that statement. How exactly did you keep an eye on the evidence room? I just made sure nothing moved in the security camera monitor. That room's so still. God, so like a less creepy version of Five Nights at Freddy's. By the way, I should say, I'll take a picture and put it in the description. Actually, like a link to it. I am here with Miss Sunset Shimmer. She has I bought a plush from some guy in Taiwan, and like a custom-made plush, and I'm sitting here holding her while I cross-examine Jake Marshall. So let's continue. Even Tom does in there. I was just a caretaker who interred the recordings. You interred them? Videos and nothing aren't that useful. When the time will come, I'd erase the tape. So he's saying that that they're not automatically erased. He has to go in and erase them. Which means that if he actually did it, which is the prevailing theory, I suppose, that he would have been... Whoa, there's some artifacting going on with that knife. That he would have been able to erase the evidence. If nothing unusual is recorded, tapes ought to be erased every 6 hours. So, but is it automatic, or does he do it? That's what I'm going to say. Each time I'd erase a tape, it felt like I was erasing a part of my life. Well, you're getting paid for it. This guy has a flair for the dramatic, but it isn't going to do him any good. So in actuality, you don't physically enter the evidence room. But he does have a locker, though. They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. But you made your rounds on the day of the crime, right? Let me guess. Ain't you heard a word I said, partner? So he's saying he wasn't following rules. I told you that ain't my style. I'm afraid I don't understand. No desperado I know that's rules get in his way. He sounds like a terrible security guard. He's got some sort of amulet on his shoulder, too. No desperados I know joined the police force. So, Officer Marshall, on the day of the crime! Just between you and me, I didn't set foot in the evidence room that day. God damn. So, you're a terrible security guard. He's got some sort of little amulet thing going on here, or a badge. I don't know, it is a clasp. Those rubber gloves took the victim's locker. Do you know anything about that? Sorry, partner. Can't say I do. Haven't been in that crypt in weeks. God damn it. You could at least check it once and think, how does this guy avoid being fired? Well, I'll say. Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. Okay, let's press that. You used to be a detective, so you've used the evidence room in the past, correct? Of course. Back in the day, my locker was a gold mine of evidence. So he has a locker. Is it not still his? I guess, see, technically the locker... The evidence is stored for 2 years, and it's stored by detective. So technically, if he was fired 2 years ago, then it would have been just this last cleaning day that his locker would have been gotten rid of and assigned to someone else. I guess maybe there wasn't anyone else to assign it to yet, so no one else got hired, so it's just still his. And yet, you didn't know about the fingerprint locking mechanism. So, because I guess maybe they're recent and he hasn't set foot in there for sorry, partner, I ain't good with machines. They could be new. I couldn't even tell you how a bike works. That's not even a machine. He thinks he's some kind of Texas Ranger from the 19th century, but they had bikes in Texas in the 19th century. Sunset Shimmer's starting to scream into the microphone now. God, that's quite incredible. The sensors on the locker handles cannot be seen. So that means he never used his locker. It's well known that some detectives are unaware of their presence. Oh, yeah, Now that he mentions it, Detective Gumshoe said something like that too. I can't remember. This would actually be a time to do a recap. Anyway, it doesn't seem that this is relevant to the crime. Can you tell us what you were doing when the crime took place? So it's not relevant now. But the fact that Gumshoe mentioned it as well means I think it's going to come up again. If I remember right, I was at a street side saloon at the time it went down. Can the bartender, I assume this is a bar he's referring to, account for that? Can you alibi out? Like, what were you doing in a place like that? I was eating spaghetti. God, that's not very Texas-like. Not even angel steak lunches can beat the parlor's Mongol sepia pasta. I don't know how to pronounce that. You mean to tell us you abandoned your police duty to eat some noodles? Yes, that's what he means to tell us. Not all desperados eat tacos, partner, but the best dazzlings do. That's not what I meant! I hope this was at least taught you a lesson. Yeah, he's gonna need... I think, after Edgeworth gets done in the Inquiry Committee, he's gonna need to see him too. That's strange. This is usually where Edgeworth says, alright, did you not want to raise this year? So, I guess he didn't. Well, maybe something... I'm just an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail. Okay, let's press that. I think this is the last statement. Out of ammo, Officer Marshall. That's right, partner. Or as you call it, evidence. Oh, I have evidence. If you plan to pin me to this crime, then you better draw. Otherwise, you're just wasting my time. My steel horse is waiting to carry me back west into the sunset. God, a steel horse. One thing seems clear. Despite being responsible for guarding the evidence room, the witness doesn't appear to have seen anything. See, Texans don't take orders from anyone. Everyone knows that. Yeah, apparently your superiors don't. Okay, I have a trump card up my sleeve, so I'd best keep my cool. I think I know what it is, actually. Before I use it, though, I'd better up the ante. Okay, so... I guess let's look at the court record. I think I know what he's referring to. Say, it was Goodman's ID, prosecutor trophy, Edgeworth's knife. See, the trump card, I think is the bloody fingerprints, but what's the one that upped the ante on? See, it was alleged in time to see Goodman's autopsy report, the victim's note, no, and a cell phone, floor plans, crime photo, victim's shoe, no, switchblade knife, testing fluid, ID card record. See, actually, Actually, let me check the, I can't check it from this screen. I want to see, potentially, what is his ID number? Because if it's the 777 one, then that could be him. Goodman died within an hour and a half of 4 o'clock is what the autopsy report says. He could have entered at 4:20, smoke weed every day, killed Goodman. It takes 30 minutes to get to the prosecutor's office, but I suppose he could have sped. Actually, he doesn't even need to get to the prosecutor's office. He could just wait, stash the body somewhere else, and, take the card, and, then wait until 5:14 when Meekins comes in to check on him, and it's actually Marshall there. One thing doesn't add up, though. I just realized, actually right before I started recording this, the body ended up in Edgeworth's car at 5:12. How would he stash the body there, and also be at the police station at 5:14? That doesn't add up, unless he has an accomplice. Huh. See, the fingerprinting set, that's not gonna be it. The screwdriver, no. Goodman's lost eye report, no. Evidence from floor plans, the rubber glove, the evidence locker, the unstable jar, okay, and Marshall's prints. Security, let's see, SL9 files. Okay, I think what I need to present here is Marshall's prints. See, where he said, where it says he was at a streetwide saloon. That doesn't make sense. How did his fingerprints get there? I'm gonna take a state, but this is kind of weak. But I'm gonna present it anyway. If this isn't it, I'm gonna just check a walkthrough. Sorry. Say, alright, Marshall's prints. Say the print had been wiped. Say, I can check them. It's just say the print had been wiped. Let's present that. There we go. The music stopped. That was it. Say, Officer Marshall, doesn't it strike you as odd? That is you being called in to testify like this. I can see he's looking saying, duh. So, well, he's a security guard, so we do have another reason. After all, you were in the security room at the time of the crime, and yet you dragged me down here. We didn't know that, though, until he testified it. Explain yourself, partner. It's quite simple. You left a very large trail behind the scene, or, to be exact, a handprint. Listen real good, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crypt. I pay my respects. That is, make my rounds about once a month. So, the fingerprint would last a month. I'm saying, it's only natural my fingerprints would be in there. But not the blood part. That doesn't make sense. I only wish it were, officer. But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood. Murmur. Witness, what's the meaning of this? Your blood-stained fingerprints were at the crime scene. The blood was wiped away. However, the luminol test clearly revealed this. Well, Officer Marshall, thanks Emma for the luminol. It seems to me there ain't a person in this room with the head on his shoulders. He's gonna have some kind of excuse. Exclamation point. I take it you'll have an explanation then, Officer Marshall. About the blood-stained fingerprints? I would hope so. Very well, you may begin to testify about your fingerprints. About the scene of the crime. Okay, let's undo that scene. Blood-stained fingerprints. Yeah, like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the blood-stained handprint. So that's what I was saying when I found it, but I'm guessing we're gonna have to prove something else. Slim. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. Okay, I see. But it was white. See, the blood stain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Or did you know the murderer was wearing gloves? See, I had nothing to do with it. Okay, so that's his thing. The witness's explanation appears valid. Although there's room for doubt. Life wouldn't be fun without any doubt, partner. No time to cross-examine. There must be no cross-examine the witness! This guy's hiding something. I can feel it. Now's my chance to prove it. Okay. Bloodstained fingerprints cross-examination. Right. I think I'll press... I'll just get to the point where I know what to present, and then I'll end it. Okay, let's press the first statement. That's because how did you put it? Pay your respects once a month. Press A to pay respects. See, yeah, that's right. That and one more thing. That locker happens to be mine. You know, see. What? What do you mean? I mean what I said. Let's see. Why would it see? That's the locker I used when I was a detective. The locker I still use. How do you use it still if you don't know about the fingerprint locks? All that's in there now, though, is a heap of broken dreams. I see. We're gonna need to see what's in that locker, I think. Probably in tomorrow's investigation. It'd be strange if my prints weren't all over that locker. Apparently, his fingerprint data was never changed. What is that supposed to mean? He must have been using the fingerprint lock without even knowing it. I guess just touching it and, well, you know, he just touches it and, you know, without really thinking that it's a fingerprint. See, Marshall's fingerprints updated in the court record. Okay, I actually want to take a look and see. One of them just had me in the same place as bloodstained handprint. Let's look at the court record. What did it update to? I want to know, see, Found the bloody handprint of Marshall's own log has been printed and wiped. How is that updated? That's exactly what it said before. You knew it was Marshall's own log, or maybe that was it? I don't know. Let's just press the statement. Okay. So then, what about the bloody handprint? Right. Wasn't mine. It's no mystery. Wait. Please explain! Well, we know it's Marshall's handprint though, because we used the fingerprint tester. See, my locker is covered with my fingerprints. It just so happened. He's gonna say the murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. Okay, let's press that. Chances of that happening are 1,000,000 to 1. I think it's a bit higher than that. On the contrary, one could argue just the opposite. The chances of that not happening are 1,000,000 to 1. I think Marshall's right here, actually. Get one thing straight, partner. You ain't gonna get no reward from me with a mere fingerprint. You wanna know why? I got another signal saying the blood saying the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Unrelated? They're as different as night and day. Until Twilight Sparkle will help to see another way. Kinda like cereal and cereal. With a C and an S. Let's see. Is that talking about the serial killings? One's got to do with breakfast and the other's a type of murder. Also a code. He's right! Although it's seemingly alike, they're totally different. That's a terrible one. I don't see what homonyms have to do with this. Or did you know the murderer was wearing gloves? I did not, actually. How do you know that? I may be a loner, but I still do my job. I keep up on the reports. Wait, see. There was a bloodstain at the scene, thought to be left by the murderer. That's right. Well, it was found in Detective Gumshoe's locker. Oh yeah, I almost forgot about that. So, that one hadn't been wiped though. Why would he wipe only Marshall's locker but not Gumshoe's? See, we tested Gumshoe's for fingerprints and found in Gumshoe's fingerprints because it was his locker. Why would he wipe? But it would also wipe the fingerprint. Maybe I can't imagine he'd use it right in the spot where the blood was after the crime. So I think what he's getting at is that why would Marshall's be wiped and not Gumshoe's if he was trying to avoid leaving traces? See, however, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint. See, yes, there were Gumshoe's. I don't know. I guess it would make again, if Marshall's correct, then it would make no sense for there to be no fingerprints on the handprint. Oh yeah, I think we tried that too. What? No, we did, and we got some. So that would mean that the murderer wearing gloves happened to place his hand on top of Officer Marshall's fingerprint. But why would he wipe only Marshall's locker and not Gumshoe's, unless he's trying to pin it on Gumshoe or something? That's the only logical conclusion. Are you starting to get the picture, partner? The picture? This seal of blood in the desert, it's just food for the buzzards. Exclamation point. There's only one reality, and that's this. The videotape. The security tape. We're gonna need more tape, I think. So long as my trail isn't in there, you can't say otherwise. But it might be because the face. This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. See, please consider carefully where you're going with this cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Now then, continue your testimony, Officer Marshall. Okay, let's see. No, he's saying too bad it wasn't me in the video. Okay, except we don't know that. See, I'm gonna actually take a state. Now that I've gotten a warning from Judge. See, what do you mean by that? You want time in this crime, isn't that right, partner? See, could we maybe get another tape from another angle or something? See, If so, that video is the only direct evidence you have. That video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots. Yes, thank you, Fancy. Blind spots? Places you can't see. Like where the fucking blue badger is right there. See, the camera's panning back and forth. The floor isn't shown, etc. So if someone was familiar with the camera's position, like Marshall, then he would be able to avoid it. Especially, see, actually, that makes a whole lot of sense. Because we don't see quote-unquote gunmen escaping. So, unless he just fell on the floor, that's possibly it. So he could come see. He could leave the room without being caught on tape. We don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright. Well, Mr. Wright, if you can show us evidence in this video that indicates Officer Marshall is present, please do so now. Okay, I'm gonna take a state. Is there evidence in the video? Actually, I thought I saw something poking out of Marshall's locker. Yeah, let's show evidence. I don't know, see. Very well. So allow me to point out your mistake, Officer Marshall. Tread carefully, Mr. Wright, or you might wind up being the one making the mistake. So, now then, let's have a look at the video. Show us this incriminating evidence to the witness. Officer Jake Marshall. Okay, so we're gonna have this thing. So, I'm gonna rewind again. See, so there's nothing poking out of Marshall's locker there. Let's fast forward. See, Goodman, quote-unquote Goodman walks by. There's the piece of paper. I want to see if there's another piece of paper in Marshall's locker afterwards. Yes! So there's a piece of paper. Oh, Marshall's locker is the one right next to it. Okay, let's see. Let's go back, see if it's there in the previous shots. Okay, it's not. It's not. So that has to be it. Right there. I gotcha. Alright, I think I'll present that in the next video. But for now, I'm Megadash, and I'm out.